What is going on, guys? Corzi from Gaming Legit, bringing you some Battlefield 3 Conquest on Metro. I normally don't like Metro, but this map isn't too bad for Conquest, and luckily I got the awesome spawn. So if my team is halfway decent, we should win this game. And that right there lies the problem with Conquest on Metro. If you spawn on the inverse side over by the train tracks, this side has not only a height advantage, you're closer to B. So after you take your first point, you can take B oftentimes before they've even captured C. So as you can see, they just captured C, and so when we go to B, we're already stationed, we're already ready to go. It's kind of a horrible disadvantage for those guys. So I throw a support pack right here. I'm taking a look down here, and I decide to do something a little bit different. I don't think it worked, but nevertheless, it would be a pretty good strategy to hold this point. A lot of guys try to sneak up underneath B, and at least I do if I'm coming from the opposing spawn. And so I set up 2 claymores right there to prevent them from being able to walk up past that, and hopefully that would catch them. This spot right here not only gives you good line of sight to the stairway on the left, but also to the front right here. It gives you a great deal of protection too. They can't see you as easily. They're going to be looking to the open spots of the map. They're not going to be looking at guys peeking over the bush. This is an awesome line of sight right here. Guys inch their way up the escalator right there constantly. If you're a support class, throw down support ammo packs and replenish your grenades and use a ton of grenades. That and claymores, man, you're a one-man army. Like, you're absolutely devastating. So I can see that my claymores down below aren't getting anything, so these guys aren't pushing up that way. So I go for a little bit of a different route, and since my team's pushing up, I'm going to do this too. I put my claymores on that side stairwell, and I come over here and watch this way. So now basically I've fortified 2 positions. I'm covering the left and I'm covering the right, and it works quite well. You're going to see me get right there, double kill for my claymores. And so even though I have a couple teammates right there, I mean, that just gives you a taste of what will happen if you're setting down claymores. I got kind of lucky right there. The guy was hiding behind that post. He was probably low on health. So constantly throw down support packs. You're gonna get like MVP guaranteed if you do this strategy. You're getting so many points through the kills you're gonna be racking up, and the claymores and your support ammo bags. You're just gonna be getting a ton of points. I don't know what it is, but sometimes you play games where the team can't figure out an alternate path, and so they just want to go this way. Nope, I'm going to go on this side, and I'm going to push through till I eventually... They have this, like, vendetta to get through this side. If you kill them a few times here, rather than going, hey, I'm going to try to go around back, they're like, oh, I'm going to get that guy that got me over here. So they keep coming this way. It's just kind of silly. And this is the power of the PKP right here. So that guy probably should have been killed, but he was in the middle of revival, so he was invincible. They're hucking a bunch of grenades. I'm placing claymores, throwing grenades. I'm low on health right now. PKP, in my opinion, is the most beast gun in this game. As far as machine gun goes, you know, that's putting snipers and shotguns in the outset of the weapon lineup. But as far as machine guns, how much ammo you're carrying, how much fire you could put down range per damage, PKP is just a beast, man. You just destroy people with this weapon. My best pal, Bouncing Panda, he hates this weapon. He can't stand it because of the recoil, but I tend to be able to manage it pretty well. You can lose control of it at times, but when you keep this weapon under your control and you're acknowledging the fact that this thing does have recoil, and so you figure out how to manage it through feathering the trigger. And if you do hold down the trigger, the weapon does balance out over time, but even that, the recoil is pretty sick too. But you have the option to be able to shoot it over a good amount of distance, not like, you know, sniping by any means, but a pretty large distance you can cover with this weapon, especially the bipod too. But I don't personally run with the bipod. And then if anybody gets too close to you, you just hold down the trigger and you can just destroy tons of guys as they're making their way. And Metro is like one of the best setups for the PKP. I mean, if you're going on Metro next time, guys, put on the PKP and give it some time too. A lot of the weapons that you think are shat are actually good once you get the right unlocks for them. The PKP is a perfect example of that. You get this weapon, you use it a couple times, you're like, what the balls? This weapon, you can't manage it, you can hardly aim the weapon. The iron sights aren't that bad at all. It just seems like it's a very hard weapon to use. But as soon as you get extended mags, then you get like the holo sight, the holographic sight, and foregrip. Oh man, get out of here! This weapon's just gonna completely destroy you. I put a pretty good score. This gameplay is actually gonna be split up between 2 videos. I don't want to completely burden you guys, but 20 minutes of gameplay. I realize that I do use the claymores in the support class in a few videos, but I don't know if I've posted the PKP. I possibly have before, but I absolutely love this weapon. I just want to share this weapon with you guys and influence you over to using it, because I still see people use the saw. The saw is a great weapon. It's a lot easier to use, and I've seen a lot of people using the M62. The M60 just doesn't yield the same results as the PKP does for me. The PKP is a beast. You can see Corsi and then dash PKP, because this is like my go-to weapon. It's true. I'll switch up my my weapon assets. I'll switch over to something completely different, or a new weapon I unlocked, or something else I see someone else using that's doing really well with it, and it doesn't work for me. I'm not getting a bunch of kills. It's not killing people fast enough. It's getting me killed, and I'm like, you know what? Forget this. I'm going on a PKP. Switch over to the PKP. Boom! I'm freaking MVP. Top score on the team. A really good kill at the ratio. It's absolutely insane. Thank you, PKP. This is my pledge to you. I don't imagine this video is going to get a ton of views, because I have had quite the leave of absence from Gaming Legit. Life kind of came up and bit me in the ass once again. Hey, Corsi, we didn't forget about you. Chomp. Anyways, I'm not going to bore you guys with the little details on that. So I just want to say sorry. I haven't been posting videos. I realize that. I don't plan on going anywhere. I wish I could just dedicate all my time to producing awesome content for you guys consistently, just doing tons of strategies and walkthroughs. The last thing I put on my Facebook was asking you guys if you would mind me putting up some Skyrim, because I've been playing the shit out of Skyrim, and I typically do not like those type of games at all. But after like 2 hours of playing Skyrim, dude, I was hooked. One of the best games I've ever played. I can't remember the last time I played a game other than the first Halo and Zelda, the Ocarina of Time for Nintendo 64. Other than those 2 games, I can't remember a gaming experience when I'm playing it where I just get these like jittery smiles, like, oh my gosh, that is the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life. I had no background knowledge on Skyrim. I didn't play Oblivion or Elder Scrolls or whatever the other 2 games were. I knew nothing about how these games work, other than a couple videos I've seen online. But I didn't keep up with this game like I would for like Battlefield 3, where Battlefield 3 comes out and I pretty much almost know everything that there is to this game. So there's little discovery for me. But for Skyrim, I didn't know too much about the game, and so like I saw a giant for the first time, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a giant! This is the coolest shit in the world! And their depiction of giants, and the same thing, you know, later on you're like, oh my gosh, a troll? What the heck? You get attacked by a grizzly bear on top of, like, you know, elves and all the different characters and the storylines and all that kind of stuff. That game is blowing me away. And how big is that freaking game? Endless entertainment. Best 60 bucks I've ever spent. I swear to God, this game is phenomenal. But there's a lot to it, and there's a lot of stuff that, since I'm a scrub and I'm a noob, it's kind of like discovery as I go. And there's stuff that I'm learning and that I've learned, and I'm going, dude, if I would have done this 20 ranks ago, I would have been much higher of a rank right now. And if I would have known how to do this before, I would have been way better off than I am right now. And so the whole reason why I bring that up on top of a Battlefield 3 video, this is absolutely horrible, it's probably going to piss some people off, is that I want to do some Skyrim strategy videos for you. And it's the first type of gameplay that I've ever done that that's other than a shooter for you guys. But the game is riddled full of strategy, and I can come up with a ton of content to better you guys. And they don't have to be super long videos where you watch me walking around aimlessly. Like, sit down, really figure out some content that would help you guys out, and start posting these things. And if you're new like I am, and you're playing Skyrim, or maybe you're not even new and it's just something you didn't even know, I don't just watch like I just enjoy watching Skyrim as it is by itself. It's just one of those games I really enjoy. But that's the skinny on that. As far as this gameplay, use the PKP. Look at all of these positions I've been posting myself up with. They're awesome positions to be hunkering yourself down. They provide lots of cover, excellent lines of sight. You can absolutely destroy people. Part 2 is going to be posted shortly, hopefully, depending on how the rest of my life goes here out. But there's the previous video, that biggest hated video of all time for Gaming Legit, this chopper gameplay video. Man, some Battlefield 3 people absolutely hate me for this, but I'll defend this 100% because there's a counter to everything. And if I talked to you in person, I knew I'd woo you over to my side of the story. Anyways, check out that video, hate on the video, I don't care, peace out.